Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another third-party unboxing and review. And today, yes, finally we're going to be taking a look at none other than the Toys Era comedian, aka the Joaquin Phoenix version of Joker in his iconic red suit. Now yes, we've just had a look at the M-Toys figure. With that figure fresh in mind, I cannot wait to do the comparison between these two releases. There are a lot of unanswered questions in terms of the quality of the paintwork on the head sculpts, the actual sculpts themselves, the outfit. I cannot wait to get him out here and take a closer look. But before we do that, I just want to quickly let you know that if you haven't already, why not hit that subscribe and bell notification icon so you're notified as soon as brand new Hot Toys and third-party content goes live on the channel. Also, while you're down there, why not check out the link to toyswonderland.com if you'd like to pick up your very own Joker, the Toys Era version, M-Toys version, or SW Toys version. The links are down there in the description below. Also, check out the link to the third-party Hot Toys style Joker display bases. They're all custom and there are a bunch of different styles to suit your third-party Jokers. Link is down there. Either way, what we're going to do now is get the box off the rotating turntable and do the unboxing. And here we have the box art for the Toys Era comedian. As you can see, pretty straightforward in terms of the artistic license that they've taken on the front of the box here. It literally just says happy face, no Toys Era branding and no comedian branding either, which I find a little bit interesting. I think Toys Era could have done a little bit better, especially for those who want to display this box art alongside their figure. Looking at you, Dean Knight, this is not the ideal sort of artwork to have, again, displayed alongside the figure. It's just a little bit bland. But either way, let's get the figure itself out here, because I know I, for one, have been extremely excited for all of these different third-party versions of Joker, especially this one right here. This was the one that looked like the more deluxe set, and hopefully it really does portray that. Either way, as you can see on the inside, put on just the red nose, happy face. That really should have an A on the inside there. Again, not a piece of artwork that I think I'm going to be using. However, this right here, I really do appreciate. I love when they include these sort of cardboard backdrop pieces. And of course, these are the curtains from the Murray show. A really nice piece to include. Definitely something I'm going to be using with my Joker figure. Now, in terms of which one I'm ultimately going to be displaying, I guess this review will tell me. The SW Toys one does look pretty promising as well, though. So I'll have to wait and see when that one gets released. But for now, the Toys Era one is the one I'm leaning toward. Again, it seems like the more deluxe set with the multiple different head sculpts, but let's remove this plastic and see what he looks like. Now, immediate first impressions are, it looks pretty decent. We'll have to compare it to the M-Toys one, but I'm noticing a little bit more chunkiness in the face itself, not as gaunt, and I'm noticing a little bit of a sheen on the suit itself. I'm not sure if that's film accurate or not. I'll have to go and do some research, but for now, my first impressions are, it looks good, but I can't wait to compare it to the M-Toys figure. Either way, let's take a look at what else he comes with. So he's got the alternate head sculpts, obviously. So he's got the smiling Joker head sculpt, and we'll take a much closer look at these in just a second, and that one looks pretty darn decent. Then, of course, he comes with the sort of unface painted version of Joaquin Phoenix. This was the one that had a lot of people up in arms. We will compare this to not only the top figure, but also the M-Toys rendition as well. He does come with his flowers, which is really darn awesome, his Joker mask, display base, and then, of course, some hands. Either way, what we're going to do now is get all of this stuff out of the box, lined up in the light box, and take a closer look at everything he comes with. And here we have all of the Toys Era comedian's accessories. Now, as you can see, he comes with more stuff than the M-Toys figure. This guy, of course, is meant to be a more deluxe sort of set. I know I've already said that in this video, but I really want to hammer that point home. Let's take a look at the display base first. And yes, he does come with one the M-Toys figure didn't. I really like that this is a rectangular Hot Toys style display base. Toys Era has been doing this a lot recently, and you can see there are pegs on the front to have a nameplate fashioned if that's what you'd like to do. He doesn't come with one, unlike those X-Men figures. I also really like this sort of concrete style texture on the surface here. It's very rough and ready, like I guess the Joker is. Now, I do appreciate this display base. However, if you do want to get a custom one, there is a link down in the description below to head over to toyswonderland.com and check out the third-party display bases for Joker that are available. Now, let's take a look at the head sculpts that this guy comes with. Here is the Fleck head sculpt. This one caused a lot of controversy. I'm not a huge fan of the way this has turned out. My personal favorite Fleck head sculpt so far is this one. This is the M-Toys one. By no means is this the best Joaquin Phoenix likeness, in my opinion, although it is better, in my opinion at least, than this one on the right. Now, comparing it again to the top figure, this is where you notice a little bit of a similarity in terms of the width of the face and the jaw itself. I still don't think both of these are the strongest. I do think this one is a tiny bit stronger than the top figure. I think this is the worst of the bunch, and that's not saying too much bad about it because these are still all three really nice head sculpts, but I do see more Tommy Lee Jones in the one on the left. Still, I appreciate it coming with this, not something that I personally will be using. This one here, however, I really do like. I love the expression. While it's not bang on to Joaquin Phoenix, I just love the way it looks. It's so different. It's finally a really sort of whimsical, smiling version of Joker. That could even pass off as like a creepy, evil smile, and I just love the way it looks. I will definitely be using this on my Joker figure. The makeup is very heavy and very clean and a bit soft compared to the M-Toys figure, which you'll see a little bit later in the video, but I still really do like the way that has come out. Now, in terms of the actual bouquet, it's more of a wire sort of piece with some sort of, I don't even know what you call it, paper mache, not even paper mache, like paper, tissue paper, or some sort of paper style flowers. They look good, not something that I'm going to be using. I actually prefer the M-Toys bouquet compared to this one right here. Now, he does come with a revolver, which is actual die cast. It's a proper metal revolver, and the actual barrel piece does move on the inside. It's a nicely done piece, no real paint on it at all. I do prefer this to the M-Toys one. Now, he does come with his mask. This one right here is a solid plastic, whereas the M-Toys one, being this one, is a rubber one, and it's also a lot smaller. I like the way this one looks. I like the hair on this one better. It's actually punctured through the sides of the mask there, so you know it's not going to fall out. They both have the elastic, and they can both be worn on the figure's faces. I do like this one a little bit better. Now, he does also come with a cigarette. A little bit more detail on this cigarette, to be honest with you. The one that the M-Toys figure does come with is just a standard white one. This one has a little bit more dirt and grime, and it's obviously been burned a little bit more detail. I never thought I'd be comparing 1/6 scale cigarettes, but there you have it. He also does come with a bunch of hands. He comes with less hands, though, than the M-Toys figure does come with, but the detail on these are a little bit superior. I love the wrinkling, and I love the veining, and this sort of subtle age look to the hands. They look really good. Either way, what we're going to do now is get the Toys Era comedian himself out here and take a closer look. And here we have the Toys Era comedian himself, straight out of the box, no crazy posing or accessories or anything like that. Literally just standing straight up and down. And let me just say, I'm a little bit underwhelmed. There's something about this figure, and hopefully when we punch in and take a closer look, I'll be able to determine what it is, but there's something that's just not quite right, and I do believe it could be the actual suit itself. The M-Toys suit was very, very form-fitting and very slim. This one, for some reason, comes across a little bit big, a little bit bulky, and I know I said in that video that I like it being a little bit more sort of baggy, but this doesn't come across that way. It comes across like he's a bit of a buffer guy. I asked Miss Collection what she thought of this guy compared to the M-Toys figure, and she said the exact same thing. The materials on this suit look and feel really high quality, and so does the entire rest of the outfit, but for some reason he comes across a little bit bigger. But either way, he still looks really good standing there. I like the overall proportion of the figure in terms of how the head sculpt sits on the body. Again, he just looks a little bit big though. If that's something that you do prefer for your Joker figures, yes, he's wearing a three-piece suit, so I guess that would bulk him out a little bit, but maybe not as much as what we're seeing here. Either way, what we're going to do now is get him off the rotating turntable, punch in, and take a closer look at the details. Getting a closer look at the more stoic looking Joaquin Phoenix head sculpt, I actually do really like the way this one looks. Don't get me wrong, I still prefer the laughing head sculpt, but this one is definitely no slouch. I love the makeup, the teardrop running down the side of his face. It's a little bit softer all around. I really do like what Toys Era have done here. Now, in terms of a comparison to the M-Toys release, there is a lot more detail. It's a lot sharper. You can see the skin texture underneath. The face is a little bit more gaunt, but that being said, I still really do like this one. The hair is a lot darker. I like the sculpt and the shading on the paintwork. And again, I like the softness of the paintwork on the head sculpt. It does look like makeup, and that's the look that you're sort of going for with this figure. Now, in terms of the suit itself, it's not all good. I do like the quality of the materials. They do look really nice, and it presents really nicely as well. You can see the nice inner lining of the jacket there. The vest is a really dirty looking suede material, which is very accurate to the movie itself. and I love the way the collar looks as well, especially compared to the M-Toys figure being this more sort of loose-fitting look. I do also like the way that looks, but I think this is a little bit superior. Now, in terms of the jacket, I don't know why there's so much sort of empty space and padding in the shoulder area. It gives him this sort of bulky look, which I don't really think lends to the character of Joker from the movie. He was more a little bit of a slender guy. This looks a little bit too big in my opinion. I still really like the material choices, but I don't like the fit of the jacket. The red suit obviously continues out for the rest of the outfit. As you can see, the red pants are really baggy. I guess that kind of works for the look of Joker. He is of course wearing his white socks underneath. I like how straight they are, especially with that sort of line down the center there. They are very nice looking pants. Again, baggy, which I guess works for the era, but then when you compare him to the M-Toys figure being more sort of slim and form-fitting, I really like the way they look. However, one clear area where the Toys era figure beats out the M-Toys release is the shoes. Look how much better the shoes look. These Miss Collection did say they look like Barbie shoes, and I can definitely see that. These look like proper high-end 1/6 scale shoes. Really nice sort of paintwork, nice gradation to the paintwork, and of course nice painted soles on the underside there. These look absolutely fantastic. Now in terms of the stitching down the side of the pants, these look more like sort of jeans or chino style pants versus actual suit pants. You got visible stitching, whereas these are a nice sort of inside seam, and I love the way they've done that. So in terms of the suit itself, it's a real toss-up for me. I love the material and I do like the way these drape, but then the jacket doesn't really suit the overall look. You can't just swap the jacket because then the material doesn't match. So again, it's a real toss-up for me. I'm leaning though towards the Toys era figure. Now for a quick side-by-side comparison between the M-Toys Joker and of course the Toys era figure, as you can see, there's a little bit more height on the Toys era figure and a little bit more bulk as well. You can definitely see the M-Toys figure is a lot more slender. I love the way the M-Toys figure looks. Standing beside the Toys era figure, you can definitely see the difference. The collar is also a lot more baggy. You can see there's a lot more room, so it looks a little bit more ill-fitting, and I really do like the overall proportions. However, I do still like the vest and the shirt on the Toys era figure a little bit more, and I'm coming around to the look of the suit. The jacket, though, is far too bulky. Those shoulder pads need to be slimmed down. He just looks like a bigger, broader dude, where of course Joaquin Phoenix lost a hell of a lot of weight. He was skinny, he was gaunt. This guy looks like just Joaquin Phoenix normally, not as sort of skinny as he was in the movie. I still really like the way they both look, but for me, the M-Toys figure captures that overall aesthetic of the movie a little bit more. However, the Toys era figure definitely is the more high-end deluxe release. Just going over articulation on the Toys era comedian, it's pretty much as you'd expect from any narrow-shouldered body suited type figure. Now, I'm not going to push mine to the absolute limit. I'm sure you can push yours a little bit further when you get it in hand. Either way, the head sculpt is at a ball joint at the base of the neck. It's a little bit hindered due to the actual plastic of the body itself. It sort of bumps into it, but you get a decent range of motion. In terms of the arms themselves, they go out to about there, and they come forward as you'd expect. As always, they get hindered a little bit by the suit jacket itself. You do have a nice bend at the elbow. It is a double bend, which is nice to see, unlike the M-Toys red suited Joker. And of course, you get the traditional hand pegs. Now, he does have a bicep swivel. Mine is a little bit stiff, which I guess is a good thing. Now, in terms of the actual waist and the upper torso itself, you do get a little bit of crunch and rotation. It's very stiff. He's wearing a three-piece suit. It's not moving as freely as you'd expect from a figure just wearing a t-shirt, so just bear that in mind. Now, in terms of the legs themselves, I expect a decent range of motion, which of course you do get forwards and of course outwards as well. Just be careful not to split the pants. And then of course he does have a really nice bend at the knee, which is actually ratcheted, something that I didn't expect at all. Do be careful not to get the pant, literally like I just did, caught in the knee joint. And then of course you do have a nice ball joint at the ankle itself. Just wrapping up on the Toys era comedian, aka Joaquin Phoenix's version of Joker. Now, I am pretty darn impressed with this figure. While it's not all upsides, I do realize there are a couple of really big sort of annoyances that people don't really want to have to deal with, aka the head sculpts. People aren't a huge fan of the paintwork on some of the head sculpts. The Joaquin Phoenix one without the makeup on, I totally understand. It doesn't look that good. If that's the one that you're planning on displaying the figure with, go with the M-Toys figure. You're going to be far happier with that version because the paintwork, the sculpt, it looks a lot better, at least in my opinion. In terms of the painted head sculpts though, I really like them. I like how soft the makeup is, because if he's caking makeup on his face, it would be a little bit softer. If you want more detail, go with the M-Toys figure. That one has a lot more detail. The sculpt is a little bit more gaunt. It looks a little bit more like him. The hair is a little bit lighter. There is that opportunity to get two different versions if you'd like to get different looks for your Joker figure. However, if you do want the ultimate deluxe version with all the fancy accessories, the super awesome backdrop, the display base, the die-cast pistol, this one is definitely the one to go for. You will have to get around the little bit more bulky jacket, but as you can see here, when he's posed up, I don't think he looks all that terrible. I think this comes across pretty darn nicely. It definitely looks like Joaquin, at least from the movie, especially, as I said, when you get him in some more of his crazy dancing style poses, this figure definitely does come to life. And again, the addition of 3 head sculpts, even though the paintwork is a little bit iffy, is still a really nice thing to get with a figure like this from a third-party company. Now, if you'd like to pick up either this version or either of the M-Toys figures, they are in stock right now with toyswonderland.com, and the link for that is down in the description below. Go ahead and check them out, and you can put them on payment plans, and you will also get reward points that has just launched on the site. Also, check out the link to the custom third-party Joker-style display bases. They are in stock, and they are available for your third-party Joker figures. While you're down there, check out the link to 6 Scale Network, the brand new awesome Facebook group. Come along, chat figures, and share photos of your collection. See what's coming up next on the channel. Also check out the link to Justin and Steph, our brand new second channel, for behind the scenes videos and a hell of a lot more good stuff. A huge special shout out goes to Scott and Ben. You guys are totally awesome, and you guys know why. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.